Coach, thanks. It is a crisp, cool fall afternoon, and we've got football from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
36 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Tighten up. Pull together.
Running right, Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the front.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Play action. Now it's locked. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Recon, 132 fighter.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ready.
36 to Mike. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Spawn. No.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Whip.
You draw quarters. Hey, zoom. Now.
Locke working out of the gun. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal.
Three buck.
Locke now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught by Watkins for a Denver touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield, and he rifles one incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here we go. At their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lock to throw on 2nd down. The left side completion to Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards, a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready.
36 to Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Hard.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Check. 180.
All right, T, let's check. All right, T.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
180.
Come on, the ball.
Run.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Mayfield open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Ready. 10 logo.
Check nine.
Greystone travel. No. Go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Hey, they scared.
Hey, echo.
36 to Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike, 36.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And this is caught by Watkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
He sets to fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Locke going to try and throw on third down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, getting the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mayfield now from the 50. There's a catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield buying time to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Quincy Enunwa. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
Check. Watch 8 degrees. Watch 8 degrees.
6-6. Pull it high. Shoot.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 7.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Caught on the right side by Jones.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Switch.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 99.
Gone. Bravo. 5.
From midfield, here's Locke. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jones. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Locke now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Watch 36 to Mike. It's just me and you. Switch. Check the backer.
On first down, Locke. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sutton. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Matchbox lights.
Watch 36 to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Go.
To throw it is Locke. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
General West.
Now Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They run again with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a third down.
Good. 180.
Check back 21.
Bring it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Hurry.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
Run.
Here we go.
On first down, Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
at the 16-yard line.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll try the right side with Jones. 9 good yards here on the run, and now third down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Taken in at the 22. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead,
that's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Let's get it. Set. 20. Kings.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Mayfield looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Not today, you are. Not today.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set. 180.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Locke now on 1st down. Complete to Jones. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated, the front and the back.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, exit.
Line 36. Line 36.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And avoids the contact by sliding. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the Browns' 34-yard line.
Ready up.
36. Line 36. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Locke going to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
It's a gain of 4.
60 or.
And the Broncos' 1st down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Ready?
53. Check 53.
You draw Porter.
You can't block me.
Get it.
One final try for Locke. This is caught. Watkins. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Sammy Watkins with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018, he showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leadership. It's the toughness. It's the moxie that he exhibits, and his teammates just feed off of it.
So for the Browns, the win gets him a step